Hey, Brian Wall here with worshiptutorials.com. I wanted to make an updated guide about how to add pads files or bumper music or audio files that we have, any audio products we have available at Worship Tutorials to your iOS devices through iTunes. Now, I have a video on how to add pads to an iOS device that I made a few years back, but Apple keeps updating iTunes over and over again, and they seem to make it increasingly difficult to just get an MP3 from your computer to your phone. So this is how you're going to do it. Now, there are a couple ways to go about it these days, depending on whether you use the iCloud service or not. So if you use the iCloud service, what it will do, you can add stuff to your library and it will sync it across all of your mobile devices, which is really cool. I use it and I like it. If you don't use it, it's sort of a similar workflow, but I'll show you how. So if you see what I've got here, this is iTunes. This is the latest version of iTunes as of, what is today? October the 23rd, 2017. So latest version of iTunes and the latest version of iOS. I'm going to show you how to use it. First thing you do is you add a new playlist. And I'm just going to add pads 5 just for the sake of example. Over here I have just a folder of the MP3 files on my computer. Now, it's important that you download these files. If you purchase something from Worship Tutorials, you'll get emails where you can download the files and they live on your computer. Put them somewhere where they're going to stay. So if you have the files on your computer, add them to iTunes, depending on how you have it set up, and move those files. iTunes might not be able to find them in the future, but it all depends on how you set iTunes up. Anyway, so we've got them on the computer. I'm just going to drag these files into the playlist. Now, the first thing you'll notice that I have a little cloud with a slash through it, and these have little dotted line clouds. So we need to go into iTunes. First, I'll show you how I have iTunes set up. So I'm just going to go to Preferences. So under General Preferences, I have iCloud libraries turned on. I'm going to check Add Songs to Library when adding playlists, and this should add them to your devices, to your phone, when you add things. Now, what I've found that you need to do in the past is highlight all these files, right-click on them, and say Add to iCloud Music Library, and that should push them to the cloud. Now you can see up here it's syncing, it's gathering information about it, and it's going to start pushing these files up to iCloud. And hopefully this thing will go away, because this says it can't be added because it has media that are not eligible. But that should go away eventually, and yeah, sure enough, it's gone away now. So again, right click on these. That's sort of the secret thing that took me a while to figure out. Now it's even gone because it's already added them. Right click on the files, add to iCloud Music Library. Now it'll sync across all your devices. So I'm just going to open the music app on my phone, and I've gone down, and sure enough, there it is, pads 5. It's going to start adding these files. It's grabbing them from the cloud. It's pushing them to the cloud from the computer, grabbing them from the cloud on my phone. So if you don't have iCloud Music or whatever, the iCloud service enabled, you can add them the same way you always have, and that is to go to your, you can see the devices over here. You go to your phone, you go to Music, and you can select which playlist to sync, and then it will sync that playlist to your phone. So hopefully this is helpful. I've had a lot of support questions, understandably so, about iTunes adding things to your phone, which should be a simple process. Unfortunately, Apple makes it a little more difficult than maybe it should be or could be, but that is how you get them up onto your phone. Just add them into iTunes. If you use iCloud, right-click, say Add to iCloud Music Library. If you don't use iCloud, then you can just sync that playlist to your phone. Hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about it, or if you have purchased pads or downloaded pads and you don't know how to get them onto your phone, you're having issues, send me a support request, and I'll try and help you out as much as possible. Just email support@worshiptutorials.com, or you can go to worshiptutorials.com/support and send an email that way, and I'll do my best to help you out. For me to get this to work today, because I just updated iTunes, it seems like there's always a glitch. So I had to sign out of iTunes and then sign back in, and then everything worked. So when in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on and see if that fixes it. But yeah, hopefully that helps you. And if I can't help you, you might need to go to. Unfortunately, you might have to go to Apple support. But hopefully they can get you squared away. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.